and welcome to 9 on the Positive Side Holiday Edition. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Courtney Courtright. Happy holidays to you all. Today's show is all about celebrating the holiday season, and that means everything merry and bright. A woman from North Carolina says Christmas is one of her favorite holidays, and she's using the gift of music to share joy with others. Here's Mary Michael's story. At St. Francis by the Sea.
She was in her room singing, and it just felt like it was part of what she was supposed to do.
I've been singing ever since I can remember. When I was little, I pretty much sang everywhere I went, any chance I had.
Mary Michael's voice.
I'm extremely thankful to be able to do what I do.
Hits the right note for people.
Just to be able to be what you're singing, to express it as if you are feeling whatever it is that you're singing about.
Singing. On stage, without knowing how many people are watching.
I was born totally blind, without any eyes or optic nerves.
Mary can't hear well out of her left ear, but still, she keeps to the beat. With each and every song.
For me to be able to do what I'm doing is like, I can't believe it's a God thing.
I'm so glad she has music, because music really is Mary's life. Singing for other people is just what she was born to do. Sometimes I'm behind the soundboard with tears in my eyes get wet. I never tire of hearing Mary sing. So first of all, I just love it. And then I love what people are about to experience.
Her voice is bringing people together in harmony.
I know how much joy it brought to me when I heard music, and when I knew that I could bring that joy to other people, I understood what it felt like.
Others feel that joy too, as she performs several holiday shows this month.
Christmas is the time where you reflect. Am I being who I'm supposed to be? Am I doing everything that I can to give instead of receive?
And in the spirit of Christmas, sharing her talent with others.
It's that ounce of joy that they feel when they walk out that they may or may not have had when they walked in.
Using her gift to change the lives of those around her.
It is like destiny, because I cannot imagine doing something else that fulfilling. It is magical.
Mary truly is incredible. She sings all over North Carolina and beyond state lines. If you'd like to know about her performance schedule or get in touch with Mary, we have that information over on our website, WNCT.com. 'Tis the season for making memories. For many children, they'll forget a lot of the toys they get this Christmas, but they won't forget memories made. The Morgans are decking the halls. Sarah Morgan is a longtime art teacher. She's working with her favorite students, you see them right there, her grandchildren, to make wreaths. Sarah first taught herself how to bring them together about 20 years ago as a gift for fellow teachers. It's that gift that's now being passed down.
Teaching the kids has been wonderful. They're the light of my life.
Because it's always fun to fit it together. It's kind of like a puzzle.
One of my old art teachers, she really liked it.
The Morgans use a variety of evergreens that are mostly gathered from the yard, and they add real berries to the wreaths too. During the holiday season, many crafters are busy, and one North Carolina potter is sharing the Christmas story in clay. Thad Cox first fell in love with pottery when he was a teenager. He first learned to draw as a child in church. Faith and art have always been in Thad's life, and for many years as a high school teacher, he's passed his love for pottery onto his students.
Out and I got into education, and I ended up doing what I said when I was 14 years old. I was teaching art and then doing art on the side.
Over the years, he's created some funny faces, but this time of year, on the suggestion of his wife, he creates this Christmas story in clay. One North Carolinian is using their woodworking skills to help bring some holiday cheer. Let's check it out. Dale Davis is making iconic gifts by hand. He left behind graphic art for wood art and carpentry, and now makes everything from chainsaw carvings to jewelry boxes. His passion during the holiday season is making these Moravian stars.
That's part of the character of all these things that we're hand making is it doesn't look machine made or it doesn't look like it's mass produced. You know, when it's time to put the finish on, that's when it really reveals what it's going to look like and it really comes alive.
Davis says if you're doing something you love, it's really not work. It's time here in his workshop with the wood and his faith that he finds himself. Over in McAdenville is one of the nation's largest public Christmas lights displays. This tradition started in 1956. Today it draws about 500,000 visitors during the Christmas season. Over the years, the display has put the town on the map, giving downtown merchants a lot of business.
You can't help but smile when you walk out front and you see kids looking out the window and walking up and down the streets yelling Merry Christmas.
The lights are on between 5:30 and 10 each night. It's highly recommended visitors come Monday through Thursday because of the higher traffic volume on those weekends. For 40 years, people have been going to one spot in Chatham County for a taste of a popular holiday treat. Chad Tucker also got to try some.
It was my mother's idea. It was her recipe, and she likes to tell the story that she would make the cake for her customers to come to get their hair fixed.
And ever since, people have been going nuts over Berta Scott's fruitcake.
We started out selling them in Mama's living room.
She called Southern Supreme.
We're gonna look at the Maple Krispies. This is what they're making today.
It takes about 20 minutes to get them to this process right here, and then you gotta cook them 39 minutes in the oven.
Meaning to see how it's all made.
Dates. John's already got the butter and the sugar and the flour and the eggs in there, and now I think he's fixing to put the pecans and the walnuts and the dates and the raisins in.
From their signature fruitcake, 304 pounds of fruitcake in this one batch, with 95 pounds of pecans and walnuts.
I think we pretty much just make a little bit more than what we did 37 years ago. We make the cake as close to the same way we made it when we first started. We've just maybe got a little better at it. So you can see this is a typical order. I mean, you see there's 2-pound fruitcakes, peanut brittle, creamy pralines.
Here orders go out daily around the world as people pour in by the hundreds and providing lots of local jobs.
At least 65 or 70% of our workforce is retired ladies and guys that they live close by and they see they can pick up 4 or 5 months of work, and they love coming over here. They love to come to work, and we appreciate every one of them.
I love it. And doing almost all of the work by hand.
I love the bacon part.
In a family business where everyone here is like family.
A lot of people can tell you that a family business is tough. And as many family members as we have in there, we had to learn a long time ago that, you know, if you don't work together, we're not going to get to work at all. So it worked out, and I think we do a pretty good job at it.
In Bear Creek, looking for Roy's folks. Chad Tucker, Fox 80 News.
It's a special time at the Biltmore Estate. Next on 9 on the positive side, a look at how some popular traditions there got started. The Biltmore in Asheville combines history and tradition to make Christmas special for the guests. Stephen Ruffin tells us why the holidays are so important to the estate.
It takes about 40 folks from different departments to help bring that tree in the house. And then we roll it through, and then as we come into the banquet hall and get it all set up, it takes the same about 40 people to get it stood up and in place.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can thank George Vanderbilt for that, who set the standards for the size of the tree in 1895.
George wanted a tree that reached halfway to the ceiling in the banquet hall, and that is a 70-foot tall ceiling, so that is why we aim for that 35-foot height.
Christmas has been a tradition at the Biltmore ever since Vanderbilt opened the doors for his guests.
George moved into the house actually in October of 1895, but come Christmas 1895, that was when the house was very first opened up and hosted his friends and family.
Fast forward to now, the Biltmore wants to capture those moments from the first Christmas every single year.
Every day when guests come into the house, that's kind of what we're wanting them to experience, is just that hospitality that he shared.
George's wife, Edith, had a tradition of her own that continues to this day, a table with gifts for the employees' children.
We set it with toys and gift wrapping paper because we know from our history that Edith had a table that she set up specifically in one of the South Tower bedrooms to wrap all the gifts that she personally purchased for employees' children for the employee Christmas parties.
Coming to the Biltmore for Christmas is like stepping into a time machine that takes guests back hundreds of years to celebrate a time that was so special for the Vanderbilts.
People love kind of the nostalgia of Christmas and going back in time, and I think coming to Biltmore gives you that feeling and experience.
And that was Stephen Ruffing reporting. The White House Christmas tree, also known as the Blue Room Christmas tree, is from right here in North Carolina. The Blue Room tree has come from North Carolina 15 times since 1961. North Carolina leads all states when it comes to providing that Blue Room tree. Each year, a different national forest provides a tree to the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol for the holiday season. This year, a national forest in West Virginia was selected to provide that tree. The Elkins Sewing Center was asked to make the 15-foot tree skirt that will bring a touch of West Virginia to the U.S. Capitol.
Really honored. We felt very honored to be able to create something that represents the local area, Randolph County, the state of West Virginia, the Monongahela National Forest.
And our team worked so well together. So I would be like, okay, I can't put the next thing on until you put that gold trim on, and somebody would be like, I'll do it. So we had a lot of help. Everyone was very involved, very invested, and we found that local people are very invested because it was made here, and it was all done here by local people. So the people are just very proud to be a part of this.
And before the tree skirt ended up at the U.S. Capitol, it went on a journey through West Virginia. Holiday decorations take a new level ahead on 9. On the positive side, the tradition in the Big Apple that's drawing thousands into the holiday spirit. One of New York's most iconic holiday landmarks is making its comeback during this holiday season. The gingerbread houses at the Museum of the City of New York. Greg Mocker reports from the Big Apple.
You'll look at a place in a different way when it's made out of gingerbread. This is a famous landmark. It's irresistible when it's a gingerbread bridge.
I think it reminds people that the holidays are coming. It reminds them of like eating, drinking, be merry, be with your loved ones.
The winning entry from the Bronx and the Best in Show celebrates hip hop and the neighborhood. The windows in the apartment building are made from melted Jolly Ranchers.
I thought it'd be something really fun to work on. You could do a lot of really great things with hip hop. Obviously, it's like a colorful culture and vibrant and, you know, has so much history.
74th Street, Jackson Heights. The subway entrance is sweet, made from sugar. This is the winning entry from Queens. Its creator is a dentist.
There's a lot of art in dentistry, there's a lot of art in baking, there's a lot of science in both as well. I did want to represent the diversity in Queens, and I felt like this was a really good way to portray that. I mean, the neighborhood itself has been evolving too.
The cookie construction changes the perspective. This is the winning entry from Brooklyn. The gingerbread monument helps you see it in a new light. Head to Staten Island for this borough winner. The baker went way back.
I chose Historic Richmond Town, which is a living and breathing museum in Staten Island. It's an interactive museum, and they date houses back to the 1800s. So I thought, what better way to represent Staten Island than to take it back to its roots.
I couldn't tell that you're a Yankee fan.
I don't know why you would think I'm a Yankee fan at all.
Valerie Carrington created a structure close to her heart. Yankee Stadium was an obvious choice.
It took about 3 weeks to execute, from styling all the way down to decorating everything.
The sprinkles and the confetti, are those people?
Those are people. I think it's family. I think it's just the smell of holidays and home that brings us together, and it's home. It's home.
This display is up through January. People can even vote for their favorite. And speaking of the Big Apple, here's a fun fact for you. On September 26, 1988, Rockefeller Center was declared a national landmark. Rockefeller Center in New York City is a large complex consisting of 19 high-rise commercial buildings covering 22 acres between 48th and 51st Streets. It's really popular during the holiday season as they put their Christmas tree down. And every year during Christmas time, that new tree that you're seeing now is cut, put up, and lit in the middle of that center, and it is beautiful when it's all lit. A family tradition takes an unexpected turn next, what one family found in their Christmas tree. There's no place like home for the holidays, but what happens when your home is moved inside another home? Yeah, a Kentucky family found something unexpected in their tree. Krista Spadaccini shows us who was found.
A decades-long tradition takes a turn.
Every year. Love it. We pick it out as a family.
When Santa showed up early to the White's house, but with a present the Lexington family did not expect.
I was shocked. I was so stunned.
Rocking around their Christmas tree was an owl, the baby bird blending in with the branches, going undetected for 4 days.
I have 3 dogs. We use this room nonstop, watch TV, kitchen's right here. No indication.
The first person to spot the feathered fellow was Bobby Hayes while the Whites weren't home.
The owl was literally sitting on a lower limb here.
Hayes owns Magic Carpet Cleaning. After plugging in a piece of equipment, he noticed the tree sway and the owl on the prowl.
It crawled up into the tree further, and as it was in the tree further, it took me several minutes to even find it.
Grabbing the bird in the nick of time, he sent this photo to Michelle.
Thought he'd put a stuffed animal or an ornament in. So I called him immediately. I'm like, "You're kidding me, right?" And he was like, "No."
Michelle now telling Chris Kringle to put Hayes on the nice list, because if she instead found the owl, she'd be hooting and hollering into the new year.
I would have left the house. The owl could have stayed without me. I wasn't coming home.
Without injuring the baby bird, Hayes made the wise choice to release the owl in the family's backyard. Sure, it was pining for a wooded place once again.
Everybody's going to be able to have a Merry Christmas now.
In Lexington, Krista Spadaccini, Fox 56 News.
Santa has been really busy making a splash this holiday season. Turns out he doesn't just fly on his sled, he scuba dives as well. The fish didn't look too impressed, but the visitors got a kick out of it, especially the children at this aquarium in Hawaii.
Oh, it was awesome. It's always great seeing all the community coming out to support us. Every year we have Diving Santa, and we try to have a special guest. Today was the elf.
So much fun. Visitors got to see Diving Santa in the Hunters on the Reef exhibit. And thanks so much for joining us for this edition of 9 on the Positive Side. Happy holidays, everyone. Here are light displays from all around the world to close out our show. We'll see you next weekend.